Today we visit a beautiful off-the-beaten-path garden gem in the deep south that is truly stunning. You won't want to miss it, so stay tuned as we garden smart in Alabama. Growing up in Georgia, the Southern Garden has entranced me my entire life. With each changing season, there's a new wave of wonders that reminds us of why we find ourselves continually drawn to the outdoors. There are a handful of standard bearers in the iconic Southern Garden, and Bellingraf Gardens is certainly one of them. The seeds of Bellingraf Gardens were planted in 1917 when Walter and Bessie Mae Bellingraf purchased a fishing camp on the Fowl River. Initially intended as a weekend getaway to allow Walter a reprieve from his busy job as owner of the Mobile, Alabama Coca-Cola Bottling Company, it slowly evolved as upgrades were made along the way, and inside of a decade, it began its transformation into a world-class garden. The Bellingrafs traveled to Europe to visit the finest estate gardens, where they collected camellias and azaleas that became the backbone of their sprawling woodland garden. In 1932, Bellingraf Gardens opens to the public, and a year later, the permanent residence is built, cementing the family's tie to this little slice of heaven. Much has changed since then, but the heart and soul of Bellingraf has remained steadfast. Today we meet with the garden's executive director, Todd Lesane, a well-known plantsman that I met during my time as a horticulture student at UGA. Todd went on to earn his PhD from NC State, and since has become one of the leading experts in the field of horticulture. Today we tour this historic garden with him and get a glimpse into his vision for its future. We find ourselves now at the heart of Bellingraf Gardens, and it's just right, probably not 50 yards from the house. There's this beautiful formal water feature and actually a really elegant little stream that runs through this alley. It's just something from a fairy tale.
Yeah, I love this part of the garden. This is the runnel that leads to the Mermaid Fountain, and it's just a beautiful spot. It goes back to the when the home was built, so just immediately prior to the home. So this would have been built in the late 1920s, early 1930s. The gardens opened on April 7th, 1932 to the public. The home was built a few years after in 1935.